I met Josh through Aaron, actually, because those two had been friends since, what, high school? Younger?
I mean...
Middle school, I think. I think we originally met through church.
Well, I say, yeah, we knew each other at church, I mean, since kindergarten.
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
Well, you went to school with me in kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Then left, like, I don't know, man. You just left.
I left. I just... Dumb.
You packed your bags and went on the journey?
Yeah.
Thought you were Bilbo Baggins?
Thought you spot the height.
I love watching how you sit there and reenact like the walking and all that for the journey stuff. I'm like, what is he? Oh, wait, that's what he's doing. Mr. Johnson, how's your week going, man?
Oh, it's fine. As I've already told you about some stuff.
Well, yeah, off the air, but not on the air.
No, yeah.
No,
I did see August Burns Red 2 times within 3 days, which was sick. I got a hat.
Yeah.
For free and a pair of drumsticks. And I got a
How
hug.
big of finger quotes do you have to put around the word free there?
Not a finger quotes free.
Really?
No.
I'm thinking like a few K worth of finger quotes free, as well as...
Hey, I bought that before I thought I was going to get a hat.
You might want to look outside the door, by the way.
Well, oh, no. Oh, hey, come in here real quick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's another thing I did this week was I bought music or cymbal stands for a drum set for the youth group. It's pretty sick.
Very nice.
So, no, but then, and then had a gig and all that kind of fun stuff. And I just got here from celebrating my dad's birthday, which is tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how old's your dad going to be now?
Oh, man, 65
He's gonna
or
be
66.
How do you not know this?
Because I can't remember which one we did. Wait, weren't
you just celebrating it?
Well, we didn't have cake yet, so we didn't say how old he was.
Well, you could have waited. You didn't tell me you were doing your dad's birthday. We could have waited till after your dad's birthday party to do this.
Oh, well, we had lunch, and that was about it that we were really going to do. They just had the cake off to the side, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. So wait, what year is it? It's 2019?
Yeah, it's 2019 right now.
I did the incorrect math. Okay, no. No. What year was he born? Shoot, what year was he born? It's not.
I'm glad this is not the security question to any of your questions for any of your accounts ever.
No, it's not. Not mine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad it's not.
Oh. I wonder if he's not. Gosh, dang it. He's either 65 or 66. It's one of those two.
Well,
Now I remember what year he was born. Well, gosh, now they're all going to know. You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
If you said he's either 65 or 66, they know what year he's born.
Yeah,
and his birthday's tomorrow, so they know his birthday now.
Oh, yeah. So my dad's birthday is July 8th. He was born 1953. Boom. There you go.
Okay,
yeah, he's
so
66.
Good job, Aaron.
I can math.
Yeah, though. So let's go on way over that.
You can math.
Oh, and I'm supposed to give my brother-in-law a shout out. So shout out to Matthew Hageman for now subscribing to us.
Oh, is he now?
And he's going to listen to us. Oh, no.
So now you got more family listening.
Don't like it.
That's enough, Gannon. That's enough.
Yeah.
Yes. I got it right. Okay, and Josh isn't here because he had a surprise family reunion. That I was on the phone with him Wednesday. He's like, I got a family reunion this week. What? you couldn't have told us about this earlier? Okay. So he's at a family reunion right now. And we don't have any guest mics that are active right now, but we have someone else in the studio as well. So you might hear a little audio in the background or whatever. I'll see if I can pull that in at times, but it may or may not come through so well. But
I just happen to be the guy who's got the record for monikers on the show. 4 different names.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, that's okay. We'll see if we can make it 6 by the end of the day.
Dude, we can make it happen.
I'm sure we could.
I'm going to leave it up to you, though.
Oh, what? You not feeling creative today?
No. I'm not creative.
Why aren't you creative?
I'm not a creative person anymore.
Wait, anymore?
No.
When were you creative?
Exactly.
Oh,
Never been creative.
Mr. Johnson,
What?
my mom has a nickname for you.
Oh, yeah. What is it? I want to hear this lovely name.
My mom's nickname for you is Mr.
Oh my god. I hope I can hear her call me that someday.
She's like, does Mr. go to college ever? Does he take classes or is he special? I'm like,
Is she listening to this? And that's what she got there? Oh my goodness.
she's like, you got the one who just goes off on tangents. And then you got the one who goes all the time. I was like, oh. So, congratulations.
Nice.
You now have a nickname.
Another one. Well, that's not the worst nickname I've ever gotten, so it's okay.
Yeah. What's the worst nickname you've ever gotten?
It's
Josh's boyfriend? I mean, what?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's probably the worst one then. No, I never. One of my old neighborhood friends' dad, you would always call me Big A.
Oh,
And then and then I thought about that more as years went on, and I was just like, it started to have a different meaning to me.
as you've gotten older and wiser.
Sure.
Okay, older.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, that was probably, and then because I remember saying that at church one time, and someone called me that, and then they just got like a bad look for it, and I was just like,
yeah, because their mind went to different terminologies.
yeah.
When I hear that, I don't necessarily think that immediately, but I can see how some people would.
Yeah. So that was probably the worst nickname I've ever been given.
No, I can't think of any time you would have acted like that. Maybe a little A, not a big A.
Little A. Okay. Well, I'll have to start working on it then.
Like I said, I think it may once or twice.
Well,
So that's
I'm
not
going to
that.
improve it.
That's not that bad.
So I need to do it more.
No, you do not.
Okay.
Well, you are older now, so let's see how wise you are.
Oh no. I didn't read.
Here's Eric's word of the week.
I haven't given you the word
I know,
yet.
but it's going to be my answer anyways.
The word comes from one of the articles I sent you. Okay.
Yeah, I probably didn't read it. Oh wait,
I
like
think
in text.
I think this is how it's said. Vexillology. Let's play it here.
Vexillology. Vexillology.
Vexillology.
Vexillology. Yeah.
Vexillology.
So it has something to do with what we're talking about today. I'll give you that clue. That gives you a big clue.
Well, I mean, wait. That has to do with what we're talking about today?
Yep. Its origin is 1950s from a Latin word.
Ooh, I like Latin stuff.
Well, I know you like Latin
Like
beats.
I was gonna say like them Latin beats. Gosh. I mean, we're talking about the 4th of July
Well, not just
today.
4th of July.
No, the flag
Okay.
and how it's white supremacy.
Okay. So
Stuff.
you said a key word in there.
White.
No.
Oh. Supremacy.
No.
What? What did I even say now? 4th of
No.
What did I say? I don't even remember what I said now.
I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but
We're talking about the 4th of July.
oh my goodness.
Uh,
Anyways, okay, so remember, ology, right, is usually the study of something.
yes.
So what's this the study of?
Vex.
What's vex? What's vexillum? Latin vexillum.
Wait,
Vexillum. Vexillum.
I can't use my word, but it wants to come out, but I can't get it out. It's not racism.
No.
But what do you do if you're a racist? What do you like shun people?
Okay, so is that your definition? If you're a racist, you shun people?
How do you study?
You study
shunning
racism?
people.
Okay, you study shunning people. I'll give you that. That's close enough. Okay,
I don't know.
Is that your answer?
Sure, I'm going for it. I don't know.
This word
Vexillology.
is the study of flags.
Oh,
You even said the word flags.
I did say flag.
So it's like, you said the key word. I gave you the rest of it. You couldn't figure it out from there.
I forgot I said flag. I was so focused on Supremacy and 4th of July. There's a lot of flags during 4th of July.
Were you thinking about a barbecue spot?
Oh, maybe. that did come up into my head when we were talking about doing this. I was like, oh boy. Oh no. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Again, I'm still surprised I got out there live. Because, you almost got me killed, sir.
More so myself, but you probably would have been involved.
Yeah, I would have been there in the crossfire. You getting me killed.
Me getting shot.
Yeah.
You would have gotten shot along with
Thank
me.
you for that.
You're welcome.
But
gotta live life on the wild side, you know?
Sure, let's go with that. Sure.
It's a song.
Okay, let's just go with that.
Music is truth.
Is it?
No, not all of it.
I was say, do you want me to pull up some songs that may not be exactly truth?
No.
Okay. So anyways, as Aaron pointed out there, flag.
Yes.
So 4th of July week, we had this wonderful thing thanks to Nike pop up.
Oh, joy.
Oh, yeah. Nike, they seem to be in the news on a regular basis. Part of me wonders if they're just doing it for
publicity,
marketing. They say
it's all about the money.
They say any marketing is good marketing, even bad marketing, in case to get your word out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, the Betsy Ross flag this past week got tagged and thrown through the mud as a hate symbol nowadays. And I'm just like, oh boy. So, Mr. Johnson, what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
I think it's stupid.
Okay, why?
Because it's just stupid.
Explain and elaborate.
Kaepernick is
okay,
stupid.
Take out the Colin Kaepernick stuff, okay? Because it's not just Colin Kaepernick that's saying this now.
No. I'm sure there's other people on board with it.
Oh, yeah. It's all over. It's all over social media. It's all over the news. It's all over YouTube. It's all over everywhere.
I heard about it for a day, but I guess I don't really watch the news that much. So I haven't seen it a lot. I just heard about it when it happened, and that was it. Well, with Colin Kaepernick. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
So,
but what are your thoughts on it?
It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Wow. Thank you for the hard-hitting facts in this, Mr. Johnson. Okay. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah, what do you want to ask me now?
Is the flag itself a racist symbol? Symbol of hate?
No, I wouldn't say it is.
Okay, why do you say it isn't?
Why would it be? I don't know. I don't get why it would be.
Okay, why do they say it is a symbol of hate?
I don't know why they say it is a symbol of hate.
You don't know why they say it's a symbol of hate?
No, I don't, actually.
The reason they say it's a symbol of hate, it's a twofold thing.
Yeah.
The first one being that it was created during a time when slavery was part of our young nation.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's part one of this. The second part is, like any symbol, some of the crazy, like extreme racists have adopted that flag and like worn it as they were like in parades.
Yeah, they wear it proudly and show it off.
And they don't wear just any flag. They wear the 76 flag, with either the 13 stars in the circle or the 13 stars in the circle with the number 76 in the middle. And they wear it. It was also, this is when Trump was a candidate. So back before he was President Trump, when he was candidate Trump, out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, this caused a bit of a stir. It was basically like a white high school, a rich high school, versus a mostly black high school. And the white kids had a support Trump poster next to a flag, the Betsy Ross flag. And so they're like,
they're out.
The principal came out and said, I don't support this racism from our students. And I was just like, wait, hold on. Man. So just putting it next to the Trump sign made it racist. Because the other team was black.
I wish people wouldn't. People focus on it so much. I feel like for no reason. They just make it a big deal when it's really not a big deal. But I don't know.
You don't know? Why don't you know?
Because that's my phrase.
Yeah.
And not my nickname.
No, your nickname is
well, that's, I don't know, in sloppy talk speech. Yeah.
But I think this, we're going to talk a little bit more about the flag here. But over in California, since you said you don't read the news a lot, besides the earthquakes,
they had earthquakes.
Yes, they had earthquakes. I'm not talking about the earthquakes. A school district just approved a measure to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to cover up a George Washington mural because, oh no, it showed George Washington with slaves on it.
Oh.
Now, here's the funny part. That mural was originally done by someone who identified as like far left, on the political scale. And the reason they did it was so that we don't forget what we've done in the past, the atrocities we've done in the past. But yet now we're going through and just erasing.
Now we want to forget it.
Now they're just erasing it.
Yeah, they want to get rid of the past and what's been done.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which is kind of what they're doing here with this. They're saying, well, look, this flag was created in an era, in a time when we had things that were just not how we would like them to be, because obviously, slavery is not something that anyone encourages or is like, yes, this needs to come back. No,
not slavery.
No, but because this flag was created during that time,
it's associated with being a part of it.
Yeah. So it just was like fun with that.
Yeah. Fun.
Who is it? It was Fitzberg Brundage, a professor of history at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. He cautioned it, and this was in a Washington Post article, but he was cautioning how our historic symbols, and he's not talking about just like this flag. He's also was talking about like last year at Chapel Hill in North Carolina, where a Confederate statue known as Silent Sam was basically torn down. He basically said, hey, you know what? We need to be careful about how we're looking at the shifting meaning of these symbols. Because basically the way our culture is today, where something flares up for like a day or two, it changes the meaning of something, then goes back to normal.
Yeah.
That we don't allow that little shift to distort in these historic symbols and what they mean in the past for us.
Yeah. I mean, why do we always change the meaning of stuff now?
Well,
it's really annoying.
Well, here's another little quote of his that he said. He said, in a universe in which memes come and go in a matter of weeks, what is the half-life of the contamination of the Betsy Ross flag, basically, being associated with racist times?
Yeah.
When can the Betsy Ross flag go back to what it was before it's contaminated?
Oh.
Again, it comes back to that, memes come and go.
Yeah.
That meme's going to come. It's going to make everything look bad. Think back to the Tide Pod Challenge meme. Oh that came out. Tide got a real bad rap for a little bit, but then after the Tide Pod meme went away, no one thinks of anything. It hit the news cycles really fast and really hard for a little bit, and it didn't do anything.
Memes are the death of our society. JK.
Okay, Mr. Meme.
I don't meme. I see some occasionally.
Yeah.
Why did memes become such a big thing? That's what I want to know.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Mobile cell phones.
That's why it became a thing?
Okay. You have teenagers who have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
They have access to a cell phone. They like to be disruptive. They like to be anti-authoritarian by default. And they like to make fun of things. So they take an image, they add some text, meme.
And it's just a hit.
It probably started over like on some place like 4chan or something like that. And then just continued on. we're looking at our little guest here, and we're like, what's going on over here?
We need a third mic.
I mean,
what's up with this word that you have written on the whiteboard?
Steve Indicator, which is
wait. Come, wait. Got it. There.
Okay, so anyway, I'm Brock Boldus. I'm one of the people that have been referenced, like I said, about 4 different times under 4 different monikers on this show. Anyway, I came in to visit, see what goes on. But I wrote a name on one of the whiteboards here that obviously nobody can see. The name is Steve Indicator. Who Steve Indicator was. If you're not part of the military, specifically the Navy, you probably don't know too much about him, but he was one of the founding fathers of the Navy during the Revolutionary War. But he said something that really kind of puts this into focus, and a lot of people skip over it. When you fold the American flag, there are 13 folds, and one of the folds, I believe it's the 7th fold, the symbology brings up what Stephen Decatur said, and what Stephen Decatur said was that whether our country is right or wrong, it is still our country. And just it's something that, like, all the protesting of the flag and whatnot, it's just like, I mean, I get where you're coming from. I get that you're upset, but it's still a symbol of our country. And whether our country is right or wrong, it's still our country. So you should at least be able to respect that. That's my rant. I guess I'm substitute Josh for the day. I'll give the mic back to Aaron and let you get back to your normal scheduled programming.
Yeah, no.
Unless we had to fill in, got the
film right. Well, no.
Great. Thank you, Brock.
Yeah, and going along the lines of that, okay. This article drove me nuts, by the way. It's from Washington Post, because after each person spoke for the first time, they go, who is white? Who is black? Who is Latino? And I was like, could you just say who they are?
In the statement, Galvin, who is white?
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, Galvin, in this article, said, you have to deal with the fact that the founding of the country was messy. Jefferson embodies the country at that time. All the problems and contradictions and good and bad parts. What she's talking about is, and this got lumped into the article with the flag, is areas, forget where Jefferson was born, they have, or had, let me rephrase that, they had a day celebrating Jefferson. They have now changed that to honor freedom from slavery, because they don't want to honor Jefferson because he was a slaveholder and he lived in the time of slavery. So like, well, we can't honor Jefferson. And this historian's come back just like, no. We can still honor him. You just have to realize it embodies what our country was at that time. All the, like she says, all the problems and contradictions, the good and the bad. Just like Brock was saying, when we need to respect the flag, even if we don't necessarily agree with what happened in the past. And you don't find many people that agree with that. Okay, you might find some people in some white pointed hoods who do, but outside of that, you're not going to find many people who do. Yeah,
there are obviously those crazies out there.
Yeah, and I'm excluding the crazies, because the crazies on either side. So you have your crazies on the left and your crazies on the right. Those are the extremists. Exclude the extremists. Your normal middle of the road people. No one is proud of the slavery that happened. Should we continue to teach about it in school? Yes. Should we continue to bring it up every year? They bring it up as Black History Month and a couple other things. Yes. We have to realize what we did as a country was wrong. Now, am I going around saying we should do reparations? No. Because, Aaron, I don't think you or your family was ever a slaveholder while you've been alive, have you?
No.
Okay. and that's why I have, now that's a whole other argument. I've heard of arguments for and against, and that's a whole other rabbit hole that you can go on, because those things can be entertaining at times. But or is that all you're going to just sit there and do is go
yep. No. Well, I mean, oh, that hurt. I'm getting old, my hips popping, man. About to make Paul choke on his drag here. But no, when you talk about like teaching about like slavery and stuff like that, and like Rosa, and that makes me think of the whole Rosa Parks thing, with, making her go to the back of bus or get off or whatever.
Right.
I feel like that stuff is important to teach because it shows, I don't know, how nasty people were, and that's where you make a correction. How do you learn how to treat people, for the better, I suppose. Hopefully, you treat people for the better compared to that.
Yeah.
But not all slave owners were mean either, which is nice, I guess. But they generally didn't have
they still owned slaves.
I know. Well, it's like having a butler, but they're not a slave. Well, no, yeah, because that would be free labor. Yeah. So it is still very different.
I think you need to stop while you're ahead.
Yeah, no. But
because otherwise someone's going to clip that and go, Aaron's for slavery.
I am. Okay, don't clip the next word. I am not for slavery. Boom. Okay, don't twist my words. So I don't know. Yeah, that is a very big difference between having a butler and a slave.
Yeah, that is a very big difference.
But what? Nah, never mind.
No, say it.
Because the only movie I have, or not movie, show I have seen a butler in was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Gosh dang, my nose.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yep.
Yeah. But Nanny's like this. And then was that the show called The Nanny, where it was just the nanny?
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Who then she married the rich guy?
Yeah.
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 Fran Dresser.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alfred from Batman.
Wow, I forgot he was a butler, dude.
What did you think he was?
I don't know. He was one of Batman's friends, and he was cool and doing.
He was
good at
one
doing
of
stuff.
Batman's friends.
Yeah. I'm sure they were friends, but I guess he was a butler.
He was friends. Paycheck.
Hey, just because Speed Tech pays me to work there doesn't mean I'm friends with. I can't be friends with.
What
them.
about Mr. Belvedere? That TV shows.
Who's that?
It's a TV show from the 80s.
What is Belvedere?
Huh?
I've never heard of that.
Mr. Belvedere?
Never heard
TV
of it.
shows. He was a butler.
Oh.
Jarvis from the Avengers. In the comic books.
That can't be a butler.
No. In the movies, he was a computer program. In the comic books, he was a butler.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah. He was originally Tony Stark's personal servant.
And they made him into a program.
An AI.
What?
Yep.
Wow. Learn something new every day.
Every
I
D.
can't even talk. See,
what's a D?
Your word talking stuff is rubbing off on me, and I don't appreciate it.
My word talking stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad we're not entering you into a competition anytime soon. Woo!
Anytime soon. Hashtag never.
Hashtag September.
Hashtag. Do you remember?
And anyways,
September.
Coming back.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, Mr. I almost called you Brewer. I had to stop myself in my head.
Well, at least you got farther than you normally do.
Shush. Let me ask you this question. Who was the last president of the United States
Oh, great.
to hang the Betsy Ross flag at their inauguration, excluding Trump?
Oh.
Because people go, Trump did it. It's power of white.
White supremacy.
Yeah. So who's the last president before Trump?
Who is the last president? Is this okay? I'm glad you don't know because
I study war. I don't study presidents.
I was never into history. I always hated history for the most part. At least history class in high school. It was no fun. Gosh, I'm trying. I don't know. I'm gonna just. You know what? George W. Bush. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I'm very wrong.
You are wrong.
Yeah. Who did it?
Mr. Barack Obama.
Dang it. That was my first thought of just saying it.
So
he did do it.
Yeah. He hung that up at his inauguration as president.
So why would it be white supremacy if he did it?
So so that came out right like the same day that the whole Kaepernick crap came out. And then immediately all the news sites started going, well, things have changed since 2012. We as a country have become racist since 2012. And so, therefore, since we have become racist according to these articles, the flag is now racist. So again, it's back to that whole, you're changing the meaning of something to fit the current culture instead of letting the item stand on its own meaning.
Might as well just rewrite history and tell it how we want it.
What do you think they're trying to do?
Yeah, that.
History's written by the winners.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's terrifying to think of too.
So they're trying to do that. That's something that is something, you know, and I'm not even going to get into the whole thing because there's a whole set of articles about how Betsy Ross probably wasn't the one who originally did the flag. You know, the whole thing was her son was the one who told everyone that she did the flag. Current researchers are casting some doubt on that. They're saying at most she would have done where she changed the 6-point stars to 5-point stars because they were easier for her to make. That's what they're saying now. Again, how much of that's true? Don't know. Regardless of the fact, it's still a flag from the early times. You know, back in the early days
when we didn't have the whole country that we do today.
Right. So, you know, regardless of she did or not, I don't care. It's going to be called the Betsy Ross flag probably forever, whether that remains a good symbol attached to it or a bad. And, you know, because Betsy Ross was white, it's probably going to be even worse now because that probably, quote unquote, screams even more racism somehow.
Yeah. White people are terrible.
Wait, did you just say white people are terrible?
Yeah.
Okay.
People in general are terrible.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, I'm just, you know, I'm going by what everybody else is saying.
You're going by what everybody else is saying. Okay.
White people are just awful.
Yeah. So people in general are just.
Yes, that is true. That is a fact, Jack, even though your name's not Jack.
Okay. So if someone was, okay, let's say I gave you a shirt today that had the 76 flag logo on it somewhere, because there's a veteran company now selling shirts like that against Nike. They're calling for Nike's boycott, but everyone knows how well that went when Kaepernick signed with Nike last year. Their profits went up
a lot
by like 16% or something like that. So, you know, calling for a boycott, that's not going to work. Okay. It's a pipe dream at most that people are, that's going to happen. But okay, let's say we got you one of those flags from one of those veteran companies that's making those 76 shirts everywhere. And someone walked up to you and said, do you know why I want to know why you're wearing a symbol of hate. What would be your answer?
Oh, no. I don't hate you.
But you're wearing a symbol of hate.
I am. It's only because you view it that way. But, you know, you have your own opinion.
But your opinion is wrong.
Well, what if your opinion's wrong?
No, only your opinion can be wrong.
Well, that's what I'm used to.
Johnson.
What?
Come on.
I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say to him. Huh? Bite? What?
Fight back.
Fight?
I was going to say, how'd you hear him say bite?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm losing my hearing too. It's a lot of concerts.
You are a drummer.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I don't know. I don't fight with people.
But you can have I'm not saying you have to fight like
not physically. No, I'm not.
But what would be something that you could say? No, this isn't a hate symbol. What are some things you could say for that to counter that argument that this is a quote unquote hate symbol?
76. Wait. Well, yeah. But then they're going to use that as the whole symbol of our country.
Okay.
But then they'll bring in that stuff about the whole slavery thing and all that jazz. But yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. John Koski.
Who's John Koski?
He's a historian at the American Civil War Museum. Okay. He warned against simplifying historical symbols and what they stand for.
He warned about simplifying them?
You're right. So you don't distill them down to one thing.
Yeah.
You don't distill this, the flag down to racism. You don't distill the Thomas Jefferson down to slavery. You don't distill, whatever down to something. When you distill it, you distill down to what was that time period. It's just like literature. When you look at literature and you read, like, let's say, a story, you have to read in context of what all's in the book, but you also have to read in context of when that book was written in. If you do that, you understand the story a lot more. If you take a symbol and you reduce it down to a modern day concept, you're taking the symbol out of time and it doesn't necessarily translate as well.
Right.
Okay, so 2008 case or so, around there, someone in Florida printed out shirts with the Confederate flag on it and said heritage, not hate. Okay.
Well, it was all started by some school, as the senior prank, they ran up the Confederate flag.
Oh, okay. They ran the Confederate flag up.
And then there was the start of the fallout there, and then as a result, this one girl printed out shirts that said, or with the Confederate flag on it, it said heritage, not hate.
Yeah, and that one, Confederate flag, that one's has a lot more people
against
it. Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying there. And that's the thing, because their argument will be, well, you're flying the Confederate flag, therefore you're supporting the South in the Civil War, therefore you're supporting hatred. It's like, okay, you know what? That is. I'm probably going to get slapped upside the head by this at some point in time in my future from this phrase here. But that is their heritage. That's no different than me. And this is where I'm going to get slapped outside my head.
Uh-oh.
That's no different than me flying a Mexican flag outside my house. That's part of my heritage. I'm not saying I'm having this loyalty to Mexico. It's like, no, that's part of my heritage.
Right.
A Confederate flag, yes. Okay, you can make that argument about the Civil War and all that. Well, but I don't see it as a hate symbol, okay, per se. I have a hard time seeing anything as a hate symbol. Actually, was it the Anti-Defamation League? They do not see the Betsy Ross flag as a hate symbol either. They see a bunch of other stuff as hate symbols, but...
Oh, no. Are we about to get in that whole 14 and...
Well, no, I'm not going to go over them because there's...
Oh, okay.
There's so many crazy ones.
That is from the Anti-Defamation
League website that I sent you last night.
Yeah.
So, there's 1-11 is used by the Aryan Knights.
Wait, 1-11?
Yeah.
What?
It's an Idaho-based prison gang. You substitute the letters for numbers. I and 11 mean A and K, Aryan Knights. 100%, shorthand for 100% white, apparently.
So say that again. So what?
100% is shorthand for 100% white, apparently.
What?
It's used to create alphanumeric variations to proclaim solidarity with particular white supremacist groups or gangs, usually used by the Aryan Brotherhood in that.
100%.
Yep. There's some other weird ones, like the following numbers are also used by various hate groups: 12, 13, and 14.
I mean, 13's always been a bad number because it's unlucky.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So they have some just, if you ever, I don't know if I want to say a laugh, because they have their hate. It's called the Hate on Display Hate Symbol Database. It's 179 items in here. One's a Celtic cross.
Yeah. Thor's hammer.
Yeah, Thor's hammer. They have the OK symbol in there, but
that was a joke.
They made note of it that it was a joke done by 4chan. A lot. Now that being said, there's a lot in here that I do recognize as hate symbols, like, oh, I don't know, swastikas, iron crosses with swastikas, stuff like that. The SS.
Yeah.
One I didn't know was one, but apparently this is a thing. Boots and laces.
Boots and lace? What?
It says racist skinheads prefer wearing steel-toed work boots.
Boots?
Typically with red or white shoelaces laced a certain way. I was like...
Oh, laced a certain way.
Oh, okay. Jack boots worn by German military. That might be why. Again, these are things that I would never even think of. Like, the Coors family skin. And they will use
like the Coors Brewery
COORS. So Coors family skin. The word Coors is an acronym for Comrades of Our Racial Struggle. Is a racist skinhead group primarily based in Southern California.
Definitely not them. They're like a Colorado-based.
So are they going to get
it's not the Coors beer.
That?
But it does say this group occasionally appropriates the logo for Coors beers and gets and they have a picture of a guy with it tattooed across his chest.
That's not okay. You're just gonna. It's like attempting to throw their business down the drain.
Basically Nazi group, but and of course they have the Hitler salute and all that in there. One I didn't realize was a thing in here: pit bulls.
What?
They say if you see someone with a picture of a pit bull, it's usually a racist thing. I was like, what?
But the pit bulls are becoming so, such a big thing.
It says pit bulls are the favorite dogs of many white supremacists because they are savage fighters.
Yeah,
what?
I'm probably going to say that's going to come back to dogfighting.
Yeah, like I said, some of these very obvious. They either have a swastika or an iron cross or the SS symbol in them. For the most part, some of them,
What about the whole the Hitler salute thing?
What about it? It's the reason that it's viewed as hatred is because it was used by Hitler and his army and that. There's a lot less leeway with saying, yeah, he's doing a Hitler salute.
Yeah.
The other one's oh, look, he likes pit bulls.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Or
pit bulls
he has something of Thor's hammer. Okay. Not.
Just be a marble nut.
It's not the whole, oh, look, they have a pit bull. They are racist. They are white supremacists.
Pit bulls are cool dogs.
I'm not disagreeing on that. I am not disagreeing on that.
And they can be nice dogs too. They're not all mean.
If I could have one at my apartment complex after my current dog dies, I would.
You'd get a pit bull?
Yeah.
First? Or would you get a different dog first?
I said if I could, it would be on the list of dogs I could get. If I could get one, I would strongly consider it.
What would be your first dog to buy after Portos? What would be the first one on your list to get?
The first one on my list?
Yeah.
I don't know what would be first, but that's a whole other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Now I'm curious.
You can be curious.
I will be.
But yeah, so ADL.org. So they were originally started back in the early 1910s to fight against the hate that was going around against Jewish people at the time. And they've continued to do stuff since then. And, so now they're like, well, we're going to go after all hate. Okay.
Yes.
And they aid Congress and senators and, they consult with them and everything on policies and all that. Some of this is a little out there for stuff, but whatever. If you want to take a look at it, it's adl.org. Go under research and tools and go to hate on display, hate symbols database. And the first one in the database is 1-11. There's another one here that it's 21-2-12.
21-2-12?
Yeah. You better never make that a combination to any of your locks, apparently. It's a Florida-based racist prison gang, apparently. That's their slogan.
21-2-12.
21 is the letter U. 2 is B. 12 is L. What do they say here? Unity, brotherhood, loyalty. So they're using it as a mnemonic shortcut.
Okay.
See, now what if somebody actually did have that as a password to their thing?
Their password is racist.
But what if they didn't know about that?
Honestly, 99.99% of the stuff on this website I did not know about. Like IKEA.
What? IKEA?
Yeah. It's a shortcut. It's shorthand, but it's only said really within it. So AKIA. It's said within Ku Klux Klan circles. If you say that stands for a Klansman I am. What?
What if I
Their
want to say
English is horrible, by the way.
Well, what if I just bought a Kia car? Boom. I'm in trouble.
You better hope you never talk to a Klansman.
Yeah.
I just bought a Kia. You're a Klansman? No, not what I'm saying.
Well, I'm never buying. Gosh dang it. I can't even say
I'm going to
it.
stay away from that car company anyway. But that's
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's the same. I'm never going to get one of those anyway.
So it's like, yeah. So some of those things, it's just like,
Gosh.
would you ever think of some of those? You know,
No.
and some of those are so
What?
constrained within their own little thing. Like you're never going to hear that outside of a Ku Klux Klan meeting, probably.
Yeah.
You know, so for the general population, if you just hear like walking down the street and Aaron goes, a Kia, he's either thinking about a Kia car or he's having a brain aneurysm
Yeah.
or he's just having a random thought.
Yeah.
Not,
or he's
He's-
watching anime.
no, he hasn't been doing that.
No. You don't know that. No, I don't watch anime.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know that. But I my first reaction would not be, oh, he's a Klansman. You know?
Yeah, to what point does everybody have to like be educated about this or what? Like, do they expect people that especially wouldn't know anything about any of this
No,
to start learning about it?
I don't know that one. I would think the big ones you
Yeah.
should know.
Like the swastika. and-
Swastika, Iron Cross, swastikas, Secret Service symbols. You know, the SS basically.
SS, yeah.
You know, those. Yeah, okay, know those. But beyond that, some of these other ones, like apparently there's this group from Minneapolis that dates back to 1989.
1989.
It's a music group called Bound for Glory. But apparently they're a white power music band. So Bound for Glory is a hate symbol.
Bound.
I would never have known that.
Bound for glory.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if they have anything up. That's weird.
yeah.
Good luck finding that.
Yeah, really. It's literally good luck finding
So yeah, would they allow stuff like that to be on streaming services or
I mean,
that. Who knows?
colleague
I just did a quick
search?
search here.
Bound. Bound.
They are on Apple Music.
Bound for glory.
They are on Apple Music. And their cover art definitely has an Iron Cross on it.
What? Let me see. Oh,
One second.
No,
okay, if there's any Apple execs listening to this podcast,
you might want to take that off. Yeah, you might want to take that off iTunes. Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's on my search history.
You're a target.
Well, there with me. Well, if I wasn't already after yesterday's searching, when I was searching for Betty Ross flag racist, Betty Ross flag not racist.
yeah, you've got an FBI team now.
Hello, my FBI team. Welcome to my brain. You may continue to live in there.
No.
So, anyways, bringing all that back, you know, those things are heavy. Okay, yes, I will agree. Almost, even if some of those are really weird, a lot of those, yes, are racist or white power symbols or whatever you want to call them, right? But the Betty Ross flag, really? 13?
13 stars.
Yeah. But what was... So, Rolling Stone. Again, a place I normally don't expect to get news from.
Rolling. Oh, see, whenever I always, man, I hate the Rolling Stone because I always think of the band Rolling Stone, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I know.
But
I bet most people do.
why do they name a news thing Rolling Stone?
I don't know. Look up.
Like, how did they get? Okay, I'm gonna
Look
how
it
they
up
got the
and
name.
give us an expose next week.
No, right now. I'm just kidding. You go.
Anyways, so they made two important notes. They didn't say, but as many in the news media have reported, they didn't say as many people who are campaigning for social justice have pointed out. They said, but as many social media people pointed out. The flag, sewn by Betsy Ross, is not a symbol of American history that is totally devoid of meaning. It has been used by some extremist groups as a means of telegraphing a return to more traditionalist times. But they pointed out many people on social media. They're using the social media trending graph, what's happening in Twitter, on Facebook, as a point of authority to say, this is our authority for saying that this is true, versus saying, hey, what are historians saying? What are experts in the field saying? They're using outrage culture instead of
people that know their facts and all that. Jeez, that's ridiculous.
It's just pouring fuel on the fire.
Yeah. I was watching Impractical Jokers, like punishments and stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things is when they're in a meeting and this guy was asking him questions and the jokers had to answer each other's questions. They had to read them off or whatever and not laugh. But one of the questions is, where do you get your main source of news? And I think for at least, I know there's for sure one, it was probably more than that, said social media is where they got all their news from. I was just like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Social media is a joke.
All they're looking for are the likes, the views, the retweets. That's all they're looking for. Yeah. They're looking for retweets. But that's all they're looking for in social media. So to use that as your point of authority and fact for a news article,
not good.
And then they make the second point. The meaning, and again, I don't necessarily agree with this. They said the meaning of the flag is entirely dependent on its current context. So in other words, yep. So in other words, they're going on, and again, this is something that I was talking about earlier, where instead of taking it at where it's from, its point in time, they're saying, no, bring it into its current modern day and redefine it based on that. And so I have to disagree with this Rolling Stone article 100% based on that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you look at the Rolling Stone article URL, this tells you what their point of view is anyways. It's Betsy Ross flag, Nike, Colin Kaepernick, Patriot Movement, Ku Klux Klan.
What?
That's the URL that they have for it. But if you click on the link, there's nothing about the Patriot Movement, nothing about the Ku Klux Klan in it. It's just...
Really?
Yeah. So if you actually look at the actual article title is, why is everyone so upset about the Betsy Ross flag? But yet in the URL, Nike, Colin Kaepernick, Patriot Movement, Ku Klux Klan.
Oh my gosh.
So what they're doing is they're
clickbait.
Yeah, they're using a lot of SEO, not SSO, search engine optimization.
Oh.
Yeah, SSO would be single sign-on, not really. But so there was that one, and then everyone's favorite news, or I put in quotes, news organization to dump on, Vice.com.
I've heard of Vice.
Yeah. They wrote this: Betsy Ross's flag, in many ways, represents the same lineage of American history as the Confederate flag. Yeah.
Brock is not happy.
Yeah, so again, that's why I put Vice in quotes. Here's another part of the article. But that didn't reflect the people who were robbed of their freedom and civil liberties in order to establish this nation. While this country was deemed the land of the free, not everyone on American soil enjoyed freedom. I agree with that phrase.
So that?
Yes, that is true. You know, and that's a bad time of our past. But that, again, does not automatically rewrite what the flag means. We got through that bad part of our history, you know, thankfully.
Right. Yeah.
You know, yes, it took people, you know, like, Martin Luther King Jr. and that to come along and, you know, yes, finish the job, you know, lead the protests, give the marches and the talks to try to get things moving, and fight for that. Okay. But to then say, because we weren't perfect when we were founded, therefore everything we did at that time needs to be erased or redefined as bad. I don't. Yeah.
Brock points back to Stephen.
Stephen Carter.
Oh wow. What did I say? Did I say Stephen?
far right groups. So like it was found that there are some KKK groups in Georgia. They require members to use the Betsy Ross flag during ritualistic meetings. So, there are groups out there. Now,
How do they know that?
they did some investigative journalism and they, infiltrated the groups. So
Hoping at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully they just
There's-
didn't add that in there to make a point.
Oh yeah, that too.
yeah, no,
Maybe they're
this was
part
back
of it.
this was back from an article back in the Albany Herald in 2013. So this was published back in 2013.
Okay.
Some journalists infiltrated
Was it?
and got this
Better.
information. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, there are some groups that do that. Now, again, that's the same as a far left group adopts. Let's say they adopt an iPhone as their symbol of hatred towards everyone because iPhone stands for capitalism. Yes, you can laugh at my iPhone. Shush. That doesn't necessarily make all of them evil just because this one weirdo group that's far left uses as their symbol and they have it like tattooed on their face as they throw Molotov cocktails into buildings. Anti-capitalism and iPhone, That doesnn rewrite and change it. And of course, obviously, if that happened, they'd be like, well, no, these are just misguided people. We would never. One of the other things that came up, and this actually was from the Chicago Tribune. So the Chicago Tribune, Chicago newspaper.
Yeah, I know of it, but
Well, what I'm saying is Chicago and Illinois are usually well known for being kind of on the left-hand side of politics. Okay, very far left. But they point out the Betsy Ross flag is not widely viewed as a symbol of hate and is often used in museums that focus on 18th century U.S. history. Even Chicago Tribune goes and says, yeah, this
Hey
isn't
now.
a symbol of hate. Where are you guys getting this from?
well, good for them.
And they make the point, that, there are other places like the Michigan chapter of the NAACP said the flag has been appropriated by far right groups, militia groups, patriot movement groups, etc. But outside of that, no, it's not a hate symbol.
Mm.
So even they're saying that. And they left it off with this quote. Personally, I've always seen it as a representation of early America. The young nation was not perfect, and it is still not perfect.
It still isn't. It
No,
never
but I
will
mean,
be.
that's true.
Yeah.
As someone points to the whiteboard again. We're going to have to get in like a little teacher stick, one of those sticks that teachers had like to point at the chalkboard.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Can get that to happen.
I mean, all those. So is the Betsy Ross flag a racist symbol?
No.
I would have to say no. Why did it come up as a controversy? Well, honestly,
Thank you, Colin. So wait, no, was that a thing before Colin then? Has this all been a thing before Colin ever was like, didn't want this on the Nike shoe?
no. Well, okay. The whole, like, the far right groups appropriating it for their stuff, they've been doing it for years.
Oh, no, yeah. On that side. But now, like, since
It-
Colin didn't want it on Nike shoes, is it now just being blown out of proportion?
It only hit the social media airwaves and the local news airwaves because of, and it wasn't necessarily Colin Kaepernick doing it. It's because Nike sent out a press release, we're recalling these shoes.
Oh, because of.
And they didn't say why. But then when people started digging into it, it was Colin Kaepernick. And then
Wow.
and then Nike said, yes, Colin contacted us and had issues with the flag on the shoes. So we're recalling them and it was insensitive and da, 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 da. So that's why then you get things on CNN where people going, well, Nike should have a group of people to know when they're going to put out a racially insensitive shoe. I was just like,
Oh, my gosh.
it's like, really?
So how long were they out before they got recalled?
They were sold some online,
Yeah.
but they weren't supposed to hit the store shelves till like July 1st. And they were recalled like June 30th. So the stores had them at the store, but they didn't have them on the shelves. And so they had to send them all back because they're recalled.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a limited run, maybe a month.
Yeah, a very limited run. But those shoes that did make it out, they were originally selling for like $140. That's what you could buy. They're thousands of dollars.
What would you even look up for like the well, I guess Betty Ross
Nike shoes. So I beyond the whole racial thing with this and the optics of this as how this looks, I have another thing that I hate about this too. Okay. They produce these shoes. I don't know if they're artificial leather, real leather, whatever, but they spent, and here's where I think you kind of throw this into a person who kind of leans a little left and might make their brain explode a little bit. You know, it's like they did all this pollution and all this other stuff and use all these resources to make these shoes. And now you're just going to pull them back because you don't like a little symbol on them and destroy them all and waste all those resources. I'm just like, yeah, that's great. This isn't like a food recall where the food's recalled because it's contaminated with something that could kill you. This is the little flag on the shoe offends me.
Therefore, we can't have it out.
Okay, little German. If the little flag offends you, I'm going to call you a little German.
It doesn't offend me.
Okay, then you're not a little German.
I did find, I just Googled the Betsy Ross Nike shoe. Betsy Ross, not Betty Ross.
Yeah.
And it comes up for $3,000.
Yep. The pair.
I'd imagine the pair.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
The cheapest I can find I was able to find was $2,500.
Good thing I didn't buy those for $3,000 instead of a drum set for $3,000.
Well, no, here's the thing. You could have bid on the original end, bought them for $140 when they first came out.
Made a ton of money. And
then sold them for $3,000.
I could have made. See, I wish I would have known these were coming out. Then maybe I would have bought. No, I would not have bought any of them.
Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, he basically said, this is great marketing by Nike.
Kevin. Oh, yeah. I did see that.
He's basically like, this is great by Nike. That they're going to make money hand over fist because of this. Not so much on this shoe, but because every time they have controversy, their sales just go up. So
I wonder why.
Because it brings attention to the name. It's free advertising.
But what if a majority of people don't like what it's doing?
Well, you heard all the big, at least on social media, there was a big uproar when Kaepernick was signed by Nike to be a spokesperson for them.
Yes,
last year.
I do remember that.
And all these people going, boycott, boycott, boycott. And then what? Their sales go up by 16%.
How does that work?
All these people burning their shoes and everything, sales go up.
Yeah. Isn't that bad? Wouldn't that be a bad thing to do, to burn your shoes?
What do you think they're going to do to all these recalled shoes?
I know, but what about, remember? That's
Again,
not good.
That's what I'm saying. They were recalled for nothing because some people were a little upset.
Yeah. Because you can't do tire fires. That's not.
Yeah.
I wonder how much is different from a tire compared to the rubber on your shoe.
Do some research and give us a dissertation next week. That's 2 dissertations we're owed.
First the Rolling Stone and now rubber.
They don't have to be long dissertations. It can be
Good.
a sentence long, as long as they get along the facts of what's the difference. Yep.
So I know there's wiring in tires, which can hurt and cut you if you.
Yeah.
Well, at least my buddy blew a tire on the interstate, and then I was going to grab it, and then there's just a bunch of parts the I guess wire or whatever sticking out of it, and it poked me pretty good. I didn't like it. Wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So sad.
It could be worse.
I mean, I'll take them if they're just going to get rid of them.
They're probably
then I'll sell them.
They're probably not going to burn them. They're probably going to grind them up and be like, we're going to recycle these shoes to make them into new, better shoes.
Yeah.
That are not racist. At this point, we're just playing hot potato on what's the next racist symbol.
Yeah.
Because remember, the OK sign for a while was racist.
See, that was a big thing that was going around with a bunch of kids because that was you would do that, and then if you looked at it, they'd slap your hand or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's people are just making games out of the stupidest things, and now people are making them racist.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's only going to continue on and on and on as people get
more and more ridiculous,
more and more triggered over everything.
Why Why do people get so triggered? I mean, I get why I get triggered at times about, especially when you make fun of August Burns Red.
Yeah, but they're the only way I can trigger you sometimes. So
yeah, I know.
I try not to do it too often, but just often enough to keep you on your edge still.
Relative truth.
But I did keep my promise, and I did go to the concert.
You did.
I did go see him once. Okay.
Well done. Well done. I'm glad you survived.
Okay, so I kept my word. Unlike Josh.
Yeah, I left after like 15 minutes.
Yep. So that is like, no, I'm gonna. I was gonna. No. We're gonna continue on.
But
as much as I wasn't exactly thrilled, but
no, yeah, not
my cup of tea.
But
you know what? That's fine. I'm glad there are people like you and Peter that enjoy that sort of music. That's in quotes.
We all just get along.
Why can't?
I mean, I'd say you and I get along pretty well, don't we? Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. We have differences.
We do, and that's fine. Again, not my cup of tea on the music, but yes.
Isn't that just what makes America great?
Well,
I want to see what you're going to say now. We are the melting pot of cultures.
Oh, now you're going to get me started off on something else.
Uh-oh. What is this? I want to know. I kind of don't want to know, though.
So,
great.
Okay.
Here we go.
No, because this was already in my head.
Oh, okay.
So one of the people I watch and listen to on podcasts and on YouTube is Tim Pool. He's a guy that's center left.
Yes, that's right.
I agree with him on a lot of things, actually. But the reason I do is because he's not crazy.
Yeah, he's sensible about it.
Yeah. And the stuff I do disagree about with him on stuff, I was like, okay, I can disagree and we can disagree. And that's fine. He's not good. He's not all like, you disagree with me and you're racist and you must die.
Shame on you.
He calls out the crazies on the left. That's anyways, good. He was just talking about, because you talked about melting pot. This is what brought this into my head. So figure out how this connection's made.
Okay.
So you know what's happening next year?
It's going to be 2020.
What's happening? What big events? The elections. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now?
The debates and stuff
Democratic
like that.
primary and all that. Yep. 2 of the Democratic candidates went somewhere to campaign. Where did they go to campaign?
Oh.
No, they went somewhere that you normally would not go to campaign.
Was it like a small town?
I don't know if it was a small town, but it's somewhere that a U.S. candidate would not go to campaign at. It is in Mexico they went.
They literally went to Mexico.
2 of them did, yes.
To campaign.
Yeah. Driving.
So is Mexico just going to become part of the U.S. now?
So, okay.
You want to have that debate? Because that debate's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
Along with, shouldn't we have invaded Canada by now?
So
we tried that and it failed twice.
Really?
So
Revolutionary War and 1812.
Okay. So
I was thinking recently.
Well, okay. So there's that, right? Then there's also been reports of senators. I don't know if they were state or U.S. senators, but they're senators from the border states sending their aides across the border to coach people on how to cross the border illegally.
Oh my gosh.
So there was that. And then there was another candidate. So what happened was the people came in, they said that they wanted, asylum, that they wanted refugee status. They're like, okay, we'll process you. But part of it is they send them back to Mexico while they process their refugee status.
Mm-hmm.
This candidate, they went down, got those people, and walked them across the border. So that way Border Patrol wouldn't touch them. Yeah. So it's like all of a sudden all these stories are coming up of like all these Democratic candidates and that just helping illegal border crossings, and it's just driving me nuts.
What in the world?
But that brings up another thing. So the Alamo. Okay. In Texas, there's a group of people trying to get it taught that. So the current curriculum is that the fighters at the Alamo on the Texas side were heroes. Okay. And there's a group down there trying to get them to teach that they were not actually heroes because they fought at the Alamo. Again, trying to rewrite the history again. Because that was racist of us to take the land.
Oops.
So, yeah, Texas was an independent state, but they don't care. They look at it still at the optics of, dang, racism. And when you start looking at everything through the lens of racism, you're going to have a very hard life.
That's a crappy outlook.
Yeah, Johnson, you'd have to start looking at everything you do and make sure that you're not doing it with white privilege.
How do I do that?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Are you typing too loud? You're typing with your white privilege.
You're typing. You don't need to be that noticed while typing.
Are you listening to rock music? Well, you're listening to music with your white privilege because you're driving a car.
Oh, my gosh. This is ridiculous.
Some people are that crazy. Thankfully, most people are not.
Nobody that I know personally yet is that crazy.
Yeah, they're usually on the West Coast.
That I know of.
They're usually on the West Coast, the crazies. Why do you think Portland, Oregon is considering a ban on all masks?
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
Banning all masks?
Antifa.
Yeah, because of Antifa and that.
Ooh.
Because they'll wear masks and, whether it be a ski mask or whatever mask before they're doing either their protests or they are redirecting traffic for fun.
What?
Yeah, they've done that before. So
strange times.
Portland, Oregon has had some strange things. So yeah, they've had those interesting things happen and just oof. No more yawning, Johnson.
Ugh.
That's your white privilege yawning.
Oh, you're so funny.
As the only non-full white person in here, I can say whatever I want.
I'm the minority here.
Exactly.
Sorry, I made it so that he's outnumbered.
You did. It's no longer 1-to-1.
It's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna have to invoke. I'm going to invoke your white privilege and say you owe me reparations for enslaving the Mexican people.
I didn't do it.
Sure, you did.
I did. I wasn't born.
Are you white?
No.
What are you? Blonde hair, blue eyed?
That's not any better.
What do you say?
I'm screwed.
Yeah. I'm joking, obviously, but I have no. I think reparations are dumb. But for the
whatever happened with that?
That's still on the block.
Oh, okay.
Actually, some of the presidential, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the presidential candidates are for it. I think Warren is one of them. Of course.
I don't know who that. Oh, wait, Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. She's a senator right now.
Yep, never mind.
I believe she's one for reparations.
Why? I don't get that.
What?
Why they would get reparations?
Because their argument, okay, so here's their argument, at least one of the arguments I've heard in a nutshell. The argument is this: because they were enslaved, they are economically at a disadvantage now because they were not allowed to have resources and build wealth while they were slaves. That's one of the arguments.
I guess I wouldn't really think that is a good argument.
We can wait on that one.
Tactics.
Yeah, another person, Kamala Harris. She's another candidate.
Kamala Harris.
I'm just looking at the news. She just unveiled a plan to combat the racial home ownership gap.
The racial home ownership gap?
Yeah. She wants to invest $100 billion to invest in black ownership.
Does she have that money to do that with?
No, she wants to become president and do that. Just like Yang, is it Yang or whatever? One of the other candidates. He's like, well, when I become president, every American will get $1,000 a month. From where? But again, whole other ball of wax. Every candidate, no matter what side, Republican or Democrat, has crazy, stupid ideas all the times when they're running. Okay, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
Once again, it's all tactics.
Yeah, it is all tactics.
Ugh.
So,
I don't like it.
You don't like what?
I don't like it.
Like what?
Anything.
I'll say, what's it? You gotta be
Just, I don't know. Crazy ideas. Especially the $100 billion thing to.
Well, this sounds bad. Like when Bernie Sanders was running, Medicare for all, and I forget which candidate's running now. Maybe it is Bernie Sanders.
He is running.
Yeah, but I don't remember who it is. But regardless, they want to eliminate all student debt. That might be a couple of them. But I mean, I'm like, okay, so where's this money going to come? And why do they get to do that? I paid off 99% of my debt. I still have a little bit left, but not too bad now. So I mean, no, people need to learn. You put your name on that legal document. You are responsible for paying back the money you borrowed.
Sorry, thanks, Uncle Sam. I'm debt free.
Yeah, I know you're debt free, but you wouldn't miss the service.
True.
That
makes sense.
Actually, that's a completely different.
Yeah. But I mean, these are people who didn't go into the military service or anything. They're like, I'm going to borrow $35,000 for the year to go to get my underwater basket weaving degree. No, that's not a real degree.
Yeah. Now I know what I want to do.
But they do that, and then they're like, I can't find a job. Please, everyone, pay for my money back.
Sorry.
Okay. Right now, where the economy is, let me rephrase this. In the IT sector, I can't talk about all sectors. Okay. In the IT sector specifically, even entry level, like you don't have to have any experience. There's more jobs than people. There's a lot of industries like that right now. Some industries, that's not the case. So if you're going in and you have, there's 5 billion of you who have underwater basket weaving degrees, and there's only like 10 jobs in the world, you're going to be out of luck. But beyond that, at least certain industries, not all, but certain industries, there's a lot of more openings than there are. The economy is pretty good right now. That could always change really quickly, as we have seen in the past.
So everybody can come become a Velpert with me.
Then you wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, I would.
Because they can hire them for less than you.
Mm-hmm. I thought trust and loyalty was a thing.
Yeah, but bottom line is the end all.
I'll talk to you about that off the air, because someone from my work hears that. I don't want them to hear the next part.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Man.
So
I don't know.
I'm just waiting to hear what the next racist symbol is. What's your guess?
What's my guess?
Yeah, I want to hear your guess of what the next racist symbol is, actually. And in a year, we'll come back and see if either of us are right.
Oh, no. I'm trying to think of stuff that I guess that white people do. But I don't know what they do.
Google that for me. Let's see what sort of racism comes up. What do white people do? Okay, while you're thinking of yours.
Yeah, what do you think is going to be the next?
Starbucks.
That's going to be.
Ooh. Specifically, but coffee had crossed my mind.
Well, the reason I say I don't say just coffee and I say Starbucks is when
it's the white girl drink.
Exactly, the stereotypical white girl drink, or white Josh drink, or white Aaron drink.
Excuse me.
You're excused. With
my, what is it, white chocolate mocha with the raspberry flavoring.
Yeah, exactly. So
maybe black coffee, uranium, and JP8. We're good to go.
So I have a feeling that's my guess for what someone is going to make as a racist. Try to make Starbucks a racist symbol in the next year.
Wasn't the owner of Starbucks gonna run for president?
Yeah, at one point, I don't think that
didn't
happened.
Work out so well.
I don't know if it was this cycle or a previous cycle. Might have been previous cycle. Okay, yeah, it was January of this year that he said that. Well, he's not in the running currently, so unless he comes out of nowhere and just like gets put on the ballot, which kind of happened, because he said he doesn't want to run as a Democrat. Anyways, Johnson, what's your guess for the next racist symbol of America?
The only
Say it.
the only thing that really came to mind, but see, you couldn't do. I was gonna say the Chevy symbol,
Really, the Chevy symbol.
but I was thinking of like trucks and like lifted trucks and like the Hicks stuff.
So
Being a Hicks, so like shotguns, well, just guns.
So
Lifted
rednecks.
trucks, rednecks. Yeah,
Rednecks are kind of already seen as racist.
I know.
So-
that's right. It doesn't work because it kind of already has been.
Okay, so you want to say trucks, lifted trucks? Is that your answer?
No, I
No.
don't know what my answer is. I don't know. It's the coffee one. That coffee, well, the Starbucks and the coffee is a good one though. I didn't think about that.
Just think, what do rich white people do?
I'll get their North Face, golf.
Golf,
But
North
then there's
Face.
Tiger Woods. What if they made the Bible a racist symbol?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like it probably already has been tried to, at least by some people.
So is that your answer then?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Bible.
Okay, so coffee or the Bible. Why don't you just have both and be at Starbucks and
Yeah. That's where you'll
Be-
catch me with my Bible and a
be the
Starbucks coffee.
be the ultimate white girl?
Be the ultimate.
Mr. Johnson, was there anything else you want to add about racism, about historical things being looking at as racist? Or I'm glad in a way Josh is not here because
I mean,
we'd still be on the intro.
this is true.
So, anyways,
But he'll be with us hopefully Wednesday.
well,
When
next week.
He's not going to do Wednesday?
Well, we record on Wednesday, but it gets released next week.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't matter when we record.
Yeah.
People online don't care about that. They just hear it next week.
Yeah. Next week's Josh should be back with us.
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So anything
Your
else?
favorite.
Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
No.
Almost.
Not
I
at all.
had to stop myself from calling you Mr. Brewer again.
Do I look like Brewer? No, not really.
No.
I don't got glasses either. Not
No.
yet.
Not yet. I should have changed that from coffee to drums.
What? That wouldn't work.
Yeah, it's going to be attached to some rocker.
Well, a rock group
Or the rock sign.
or-
but no, that doesn't work.
or being able to just be like, here's my money. I want this.
take it.
Yes.
Gimme.
Actually, I'm surprised people aren't like a bank account, because there are the people who are like, there are people who can't get bank accounts because of either their credit or past bank issues, or maybe
Yeah.
they have a negative balance at some banks. And so they only cash their checks like at Walmart and that,
Oh.
and so they can't have bank accounts. And I've heard that argument too. Check cashing places are racist. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, but that's a whole other conversation. So nothing else? You good?
I'm just dandy.
You're just dandy?
Yeah.
I hope you're not dandy.
Why?
Do you know what dandy means?
No. Is it racist? Shut up. You're joking.
Somewhere.
I gotta find this here. 1 second. And obviously it's, your traditional everything's fine sort of deal.
Yeah.
That's
What it's supposed to
that's what's supposed to mean, right?
What does it mean now?
A flamboyant or effeminate male, regardless of sexual orientation. See also metrosexual and flamer.
I'd take that back now. I'm
Don't you love how language evolves?
No, I don't. I do not.
So yeah, that's like in the last 4 or 5 years, that definition started coming around for the word dandy.
Ugh.
I mean, because the other definitions are a man who takes great care with his clothing and general appearance, especially one who is nonchalant in demeanor and tries to develop aristocratic hobbies, languages, and honorable ideals. It says, see also FOP.
Fop?
FOP.
Fuck.
outstanding in its particular class, splendid, a charming, androgynous person of either gender. See also gender bender.
Gender bender.
Yeah, so that's what dandy means. Fop. Okay, so fop is a 19th century
Nervous
term
breakdown.
for what is basically a metrosexual, usually high cultured, well dressed, very social individual who enjoys fashion and parties and prissy things like that. Perfect personal hygienes, not always gay, though often so. Often cannot actually afford this expensive high class lifestyle, but somehow tries to live it anyway.
American in some capacity.
That's our current generation. Yeah, unfortunately.
I only like the nice stuff. Okay.
Okay, you are a fop.
I'm a fop.
Oh, wait. No. It said perfect personal hygiene.
Okay, I'm working on it.
And it says enjoys prissy things. Not you either. It doesn't describe you.
No.
So congratulations. You're not a fop in that way, but you're a fop in that you
I like the best of the best.
cannot actually afford expensive high class lifestyle, but likes to live that way.
I like to live that way.
Yeah.
Words.
So you learned a couple new words today.
This is a good day.
You learned fop. You learned dandy. And you learned
Vexillology.
yeah.
Vexillology.
Vexillology.
It sounds like you're saying vexillology.
Yeah, I know it does, but
Vexillology.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. You never know. That's why I have to ask.
I like our flag.
Good. Well, if you got nothing else, Mr. Johnson, I will go on to the next stuff here. You good? Good?
To the next to what here? What?
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done talking now.
You're done talking. Yay. No, just kidding. You're good. Don't sit there and throw away the key. I'm going to make you talk now. I could be very petty and very stupid on how I can make you talk.
Oh, no. Okay, fine. I'll talk. Okay. But I'm good. Yep.
See? Easy. So one of the things that's happening, we got two things coming up pretty soon here.
Uh-oh.
Well, so one's an event that's happening in September. We'll have a little more details soon on that one. Aaron's stoked about that. As is Josh.
I guess I'm more stoked than Josh would be.
Yeah. I think it'll be good. It'll get both of you out of your comfort zone a little.
Well, I guess I don't. I'm not like gonna be uncomfortable about it. I don't know what I guess I'm afraid of.
We got some time to plan.
Yeah, there is that too.
So we can make it good. Okay. So there's that going on. And also what's going on. So that's coming up in September. We got a little bit of time. We probably won't say anything fully about what's happening until August at this point.
Okay.
Just because, well.
Things could change.
Yeah, we got to get some finalized things. No contracts, thankfully. Whew. The other, I'm sorry, 3 things I have to go over. So that's one thing. The other thing is we are doing a little cross promotion thing with the Reapcast.
Yeah.
So they will have a promo for us to play next week. I talked to the guy today and he said he's cutting the final draft of everything, and his name is Clay, and he'll be sending that over. But that being said, the Reapcast, I've listened to a few of their episodes. So if you look at it right now, the first 2 items on the feed, which will be the 2 newest things, are like 5 minutes each. They're his like some spoken word things he did. So he decided to do that. The first episode that's on the list there is called Organic Free Range Cage Free Children. It's about unschooling children. So you know there's a homeschool thing, then there's the unschool thing. And the unschool thing is basically you set the child free, like to run in the fields and whatever, and assume that kid will be like, ooh, I want to learn about this, and that they'll learn on their own. And that's it. So he grew up with that. Listening to the episode, there were things that he's like, well, I wish I would have learned this sort of stuff, instead of having to learn as an adult, because there was no structure for his learning. But it's good. He comes from a place, it's Clay and his wife, and they come from a place of where, and then I talked with Clay on the phone for about a good hour, a week and a half or so ago. They come from a place where they were in the church. They were hurt by the church real badly, and then they kind of left for a while, and now they're kind of exploring again, the various things. So it's good. I enjoy it. One of their titles, I haven't listened to this one yet, but as soon as I read the title of this one, I thought of Aaron. What if church was like a mosh pit?
Oh, that would be sick.
So,
I'd be all over that.
Then they also, and talking with Clay, he really likes one of their series. I haven't listened to it yet, so I'm not going to make a comment on it yet. But part 1's called Toxic Masculinity and Where to Hide It, and part 2 is Toxic Masculinity and Where It Thrives. So that's apparently a little series they have going on there.
Interesting.
So, but yes, they are called the Reapcast. They are at Reapcast, reapcast.simplecast.com, and they are available wherever you can find podcasts at. So go give them a listen, especially if you like kind of what we're doing here. They're kind of along the same lines, slightly different, but still along the same lines. And it looks like Aaron's going to look them up right now, actually.
Yeah, I am.
So there's that. And then also, Aaron.
Yes.
So I think I told you about this. We are now officially a part. Yep, that's them. We are now officially part of the Wisconsin Podcast Association. So that will be some stuff coming up with that soon as well.
Spooky.
Apparently, we're going to be one of their featured podcasts soon, as well as they're going to be talking about us on their podcast as well soon. So, yeah. I just got information about that this week.
I'm scared.
Along with the other stuff.
Oh, I'm scared.
So that's all happening soonish. As soon as I know more, I'll let you know.
Oh.
But the Wisconsin Podcast Association, it's pretty new. It can be found at wisconsinpodcastassociation.com, which makes sense.
Yep.
So, things are going to happen there with that as well. So.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you know what, Mr. Johnson?
Get up in the big leagues here.
I don't know about the big leagues, but
I'm joking.
I do appreciate everyone who has listened and everyone who leaves a review. It does help us out greatly when we have reviews.
Apparently we have a 5-star review.
We have multiple 5-star reviews.
How? That's what I want to know. I don't get it. I don't.
You don't get what?
How that happens.
Have you ever listened to the podcast?
Yes.
As I say, the one thing talking to Clay, the one compliment I got was no, I didn't say complaint. I said compliment.
No, I know. What's the compliment?
Our audio he loves.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So apparently
that I can understand.
Again, it was almost a year of research into audio before we actually did anything.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. And sweet. But yeah. So that's one thing, man, that, if you do enjoy us, leave us a review on iTunes. If you don't, well, leave us a review on iTunes of why you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
And also,
that's what I like to hear.
Do you
Actually, I do.
I actually believe that for you.
I like to know what's wrong with me.
Oh man, that list. That's a long list, sir. Are you sure?
Why do you open yourself up to this?
I don't know. I'm used to it.
I said you do realize that it's because of comments like that is how Word of the Week started. You just saying stuff. Do.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And then all of a sudden, why is this happening? Oh, you started it. And now you're like, I like hearing this.
Bad feedback.
And now
tell me more.
guess what's going to happen?
Bad feedback. Here we go.
Well, you
All
know
the
what?
criticism.
You know what, though? Bad feedback is feedback.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. It's learning.
And that also means...
Learning is knowledge.
What?
Nothing.
Learning is knowledge? do you want to...
No, I'm good.
You ever watch Schoolhouse Rock?
I did. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah,
I did.
we have 5-star reviews.
Dude.
The latest being from May 30th. So it's been a little bit since we got on a review period. So
Freaking famous.
I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
In August,
Yeah.
we do something like if
Why
you leave
August?
us, I don't know, because it's not this month. And that way it can run all of August.
They can run all of August?
Yeah, something like you leave us a review, we send you a little something.
Oh, send to sweeten the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I'm thinking that.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
But we need to talk about that. But anyways, me and you will talk about that. But I'm thinking August or September we do something. Yeah, I'm thinking August or September. Maybe we start talking about now prep in August and do it September. We'll see.
Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, reviews are always appreciated. Share us on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else where you'd like to share social media.
Twitter.
Whatever social medias you use, whether it be Instagram or what's the one you use? Snapchat?
Ew. We don't even have a Snapchat.
You can set up a Snapchat if you want, but I don't want one. I don't use Snapchat.
I can make a use your word Snapchat.
Have a good week, everyone.
Okay,
Talk to you
goodbye.
later. Bye.